So, hey Bookwormies, welcome back to my channel, and today we're in for the July reading wrap-up video. And this video is going to come out pretty late because I was on vacation. I still kept posting because, yeah, but I didn't have internet or anything, and I just wanted to take a break from YouTube. So, if my editing skills and my filming skills are rusty-dusty, please don't let me know I'm living in my delusion. And also, you might be like, what are you wearing, Romy? Because maybe you haven't seen this outfit. And that must mean that you're not in my shorts. You're not looking at my shorts. It's okay. It's okay. I don't judge you. Well, actually I do, but whatever. Anyways, this is my newest crochet project that I finished. The shirt I don't really love, but this is a favorite. It has like everything. A ribbing, the perfect, and then the ruffles, and of course a drawstring. Most important. I'm really happy about it. And then there's a shirt, of course, which is just a top with sleeves, of course, and that's it. That's pretty much it. But I'm so in love with them. I finished it right before I left, like 1 second before I left for vacation, but then I never got time to show it to you guys, so bit late, but that's okay. It's still new to me and it's new to you guys. That's all that matters. Anyways, let's go to what I read in July, now that we've indulged in this. But I read in total 21 books in July, which is a huge amount, and I'm feeling very accomplished, which it helps a bit. Also with my TBR on Goodreads, because it's a lot. It's like 300, 400 books. I don't know. I have a lot of books that I want to read. Probably some of them I won't ever read because I'm like, ooh, that sounds cute. But I might never even read it. But that's not the point. We're not here to talk about my problem with choosing the correct to-be-read books. Oopsie. But anyways, we're here to talk about what I read in July. In total, I read 11 romances. A lot of romances. I know. My brain actually doesn't feel like I read that many, but I did. But it's okay because most of them were really good, and I'm happy of reading them. But yeah, that's not the point. Anyways, and then I read one thriller also, which is a good amount because I'm technically saving though a lot of the thrillers for the month of October because that's Halloween time, isn't it? But yes. Then I also read, I think, like few amounts of fantasies. Oh, I also read one memoir. I'm so happy. So like right now we have at 13 books. So you can see how many then I've read fantasies, which I'm very proud of. I gotta say, I'm very proud of. I read 8 fantasies. I love it because I really feel like I've been in a fantasy reading slump, which means that I can't read fantasies. Like every time I read them, they're just not it for me. But that's okay because I still read quite a lot amount of them. But anyways, let's go to what I read, right? So we're gonna start with The Fine Print, a romance, of course, and that's the first book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. First of all, Dreamland Billionaire series, love of my life, love them. So I don't know what the author put in this book because I loved it. 5 stars, perfection. Like I don't even care anything about it because it's so good. Like those characters live rent free in my mind. My mind has gone cuckoo crazy because of it. Yeah. Next I read that one thriller, which is Listen for the Lie, which I give 3.75 stars. Honestly, I might even go for 4 stars because it was actually pretty good. Like compared to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which for me was not it at all. It was like nothing. It was pretty good. I really liked it because of how like this character was very different from usual characters that were in this thing. But I love this book. I really did, and it like I don't think about it too much, but every time I see like some posts about it, I'm just like, this book is a good book. So I think I might actually change it for a 4 stars because I think I kind of like finished it and I was just like, let's give it this. But I really love this, and I totally recommend you guys read Listen for the Lie because it is amazing, and I just really love it. Yeah. Next, I read Terms and Conditions, which is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. And honestly, I don't know why I rated it a 4.5 because I feel like that is the 5 stars. So yeah, let's change it to 5 stars. Literally though, the whole series is a 5 stars for me, but each book has different ratings. But Terms and Conditions, I'm gonna go for 5 stars still, again, because I have a problem, okay? But I just love this book. It was so amazing. But if you guys don't understand what is the Dreamland Billionaire series about, it's about 3 brothers that can get an inheritance from their dead grandfather. And from this, they can go through their stories. There's 3 brothers, exactly. We start with the youngest one, which is the first book, the fine print. Then there's the second book, Terms and Conditions, which I'm talking about now. And that talks about the oldest brother. And then we go to the last book, which I'll later talk about, but is called The Final Offer, which is about the middle child. And I'm just loving them. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love it. Some of them are some of my favorite characters. Second book ending. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. What's the name of the guy? I can't remember the character names. I only remember the girl name from the girl main character from the first book. But let me find it. Because I have a problem. But yeah, I have a problem. I really love those books because they're just so good. Like literally so good. Okay. Declan and Iris. That's what's the second, like those are the characters from the second book. Declan is amazing. I love him so much. Like of course he's a bit arrogant, he's a bit but he changed for the better and I love him for that. And from the first book, the characters' names are Rowan. Yes, his name is Rowan. And a girl named Zara. I know Zara is a bit of a weird name. Like, I've never heard at least of that name ever before I read this book. But I love it. And it's super cute. And if anybody's watching this with the name Zara, amazing name. I love it. But yeah, so whatever. Let's continue. So I finished Terms and Conditions, 5 stars, amazing. Next we go to a fantasy, Nightbane, which is the second book to the Light Lark series. I read the first book like a long time ago, and then like a month or 2 passed, and then Nightbane came out. And I tried to read it, but then I couldn't get into it because I forgot everything. Like, it's not that it was like hard to get into, it's more like I couldn't understand anything. It felt like gibberish to me because I forgot literally everything that was in the book, and I didn't know what to do, and I was like, what the and I didn't feel like rereading the first book. I don't know, I was weird. And also I didn't have it on my Kindle anymore, so I was just like, nah, not the point, not for me. But then I finally decided to try picking it up one last time in July. And what do you think? I loved that book. That book was so good. The ending, don't talk to me about the ending. I don't even remember the ending, but I remember it shocked me. I have a problem. I can't remember what happened in Nightbane. So third book, you better come out soon because I don't remember anything and I need a refresher. I'm probably going to read the last 2 chapters in Nightbane before starting the third book, just to refresh. But anyways, I gave Nightbane 4.5 stars. It was really good. I love the characters. I love the plot. I love just the storyline. It's just amazing. And I loved how we'd go back in time to see like about her family heritage and everything about her. Well, not heritage, but like her family, because we don't really know much about it. Next I read Finding Me, which is the one memoir I read this month. I don't have a rating for it because obviously this is a memoir, it's about somebody's life, and I don't want to give a rating for somebody's life story, because like if it's a normal life story and stuff like that and I'm like bored of it or something, like I don't want to still like be like, oh, that's like a 1 star, it's because you didn't have enough drama in it. No, I want people to have amazing, perfect lives, of course, but some lives unlikely are not. And Finding Me is a great representation of that. It really shows the struggles of this girl who lives in America, but her skin color is darker, and then everybody makes fun of her, and there's a lot of things that go on. And and her family is just really, like, some things are just messed up, and I'm just, like, this book is a sad book. This book is really sad. If you're here to cry, go read that book. Next, I read Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, which is a romance, and honestly, at the start, I was just like, I'm gonna rate this like a 3 or 2 stars because it is just not. It ain't good. It ain't good. But then afterwards, I got better, and I don't know. I kind of related to the story. I don't know why. I'm not even finishing school soon. But anyways, if you don't know what Today, Tonight, Tomorrow is about, it is about this. It's like about this girl, and this whole story takes place in one night, literally one night. That's it. Which I feel like is a really cool concept, which is why I rated it 4 stars, because to write a whole book, which is like, I think like 300 pages, I'm not sure, about one night is like crazy. Like, I feel like the author must have like really thought about it out, and I really loved it, and it was so cute, it was so sweet, and I'm just in love with the book. Of course, there were some parts where I just like kill the main character because what the hell, but then yeah, of course I made it through. Next, I read Final Offer, which is the last book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. I'm so sad it's over. Literally so sad, because I love that series so freaking much. I'll never stop talking about it. I think I talked about it way too much throughout this video even. But I gave this 4.5 stars. Final Offer was my least favorite book. It is about the middle child, as I said, and the name of the middle child, let me find it. Final Offer. Let me find it. Okay. Oh, it's about this guy named Callahan, and he already has this like, he has already like some kind of, you find out that he has some kind of history with this girl, and then he has to go live with her or some kind of thing like that. I'm trying to be like really like vague about this, but at the same time I want to say some stuff, but I can't do that, so yeah. But then it's about later on Lana Castillo, which is the female main character, the main love interest. She was the childhood best friend of the guy, but then some stuff happened, and now they're in a rocky start. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it really vague. But this book was really nice, but I don't know. I feel like I just didn't really like Callahan as a character as much. There were some sections which are like, whatever. I'm not really interested in this and stuff like that, so that's why I rated it like a 4.5 stars. But of course, the whole Dreamland Billionaire series is 5 stars, and I recommend everybody reads it because I don't get cute. Well, I do, but then I'm just like, and then I talk about it in my monthly wrap up, and then I kind of just give it away, but whatever. Next, I have House of Root and Ruin, which is the second book from House of Salt and Sorrow. House of Salt and Sorrow, I loved. It was amazing. It was lovely, amazing. And then this second book is about a different sister from the first book, because though I kind of wish we continued with the first sister. I don't know. I just feel like with fantasies, this is a bit weird for me. I don't know. Didn't love that. But I gave the book 3.75 stars. I don't know. I loved the character itself in the first book. But then because I had her imprinted in my mind as a little girl, and this book is a few years later when she's much older, I'm just like not that much loving it. I don't know. I didn't love it. But it does have a mystery kind of aspect to it, which I really like. Then I read The Rom-Commers, which is a new Catherine Center book, and Catherine Center delivers. I don't know how she can like add all these kinds of like topics that are like sometimes hard to talk about into these stories, and I don't understand it, but I love it. I love it so freaking much. Almost felt like crying. Love this book so much. But it is a 4 stars. I don't know why. I just don't feel like it is the 5 stars perfection, but I did love it a lot. Next, I read Butcher and Blackbird, which is a romance, and I gave it 3.25 stars. If you've read the book or you've seen it online, you know that everybody's like, oh, this is super spicy, and it's about like these 2 serial killers. I don't know why, but it didn't feel like 2 serial killers at all. Maybe I skipped a few parts because there's a chance I did, because I do that a lot. But I don't know. I didn't feel like it was much serial killing. I don't know. It was okay. Didn't love it. Some parts I was just like, get me out of here. But yeah, whatever. Wait, where is it? I swear I DNF'd some books, but I still put it in here. Did I DNF any books this month? I think I did. Like, I don't know. My brain has gone haywire. Yeah, I know that this month I literally, like, at least one book I DNF'd. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I really just did go crazy. It says that I didn't. Huh? I give up. Continuing. Anyways, next I read Redeeming 6, which is the final book about, it's in the Boys of Tommen series, okay? It's the fourth book, and it's the last book about Joey and Aoife. Found out how to pronounce her name. Be very proud of me. And I love that book so much. I want to reread it so badly. Like, I want to read it again for the first time because I don't know why, but I loved it so freaking much. Like, of course, there were moments that I was just like, kill me. But I was just like, oh my god, I love this. And I gave it a 5 stars because you know me. And it's a romance, of course, and I love it. I like it more than the third book, which is Saving 6, but it's still a big babe. Next, I read The Burning God, which is the final book of the Poppy War trilogy, which is a fantasy, and I gave it a 4 stars. I freaking love this book. The ending, like, I feel like the ending was necessary, even though I was just like I was crying my life out. But I felt like it was a necessary ending because if that didn't happen, I don't know what would have. But I really enjoyed this book, and I totally recommend you read the whole Poppy War trilogy, which is about a war and academics, like, learning how to fight and stuff like that, which I don't know why, but books where you, like, are going to, like, an academy or something and they learn how to fight or use their magic or something. I love those kinds of books. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I love those kinds of books. I have a problem. But if anybody also has any recommendations about that sort of type of idea, then please write it down in the comments. I really need some. Thank you. Also, something to note, the Poppy War trilogy has very small amount of spice. Like nothing. I mean, not spice. I mean, like romance at all. Like, it's, like, so small, but it's, like, minuscule. But I still love it. Next, I read Addicted for Now, which I gave 3.75 stars, which is the Addicted to You, Addicted for Now. No, this is, like, the third book in the series, and in the Addicted series, this is about these characters. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know, but I really, like, it's about these characters. I can't explain it, but it's the third book in the romance series, and it deals with a lot of, like, trauma, a lot of, like, different things, talks about a lot of different topics, which I feel like are very heavy, but I did love this series because there's just these aspects that are just cute and funny. Love them. Next, I reread If You Had Been With Me. And if you guys have not seen the video where I reread it, go watch it. It is the Reading Stat Books video, and I am very happy with it. But I rated If You Had Been With Me 4.5 stars. I don't think it is a 5 stars because it just doesn't feel like one. It feels like it's very high up on the list, but not, wow, I cried my life out and it's amazing. No. But it's a good book, so I still recommend everybody reads it. Next, I read The Way I Used to Be, and this was such a sad book, especially knowing everything that happens throughout the story, for me at least. Like, at the start you're just like, I don't get what's going on, but then later on you learn about it and you're just like, why? And of course you learn to sometimes hate the main character, but remember that she had a lot going on. But anyways, 3.5 stars. It's like a romance but super duper sad. Next, I read The Way I Am Now, which is the second book to that series and a final one. And that one went through so much. Like, it was kind of like to try to like build up and kind of like, it was kind of like the aftermath of the first book, and kind of like was like shows like how she could have lived a normal life and stuff like that. And this is a 4 stars. I totally loved it, and I cried. Yes, I cried like 2-3 times. I don't know. Next, I read These Violent Delights, which took me forever to read. Forever. This is a fantasy, and I give it a 3 stars. It's supposedly a Romeo and Juliet retelling kind of idea and stuff like that, but I don't know, I just didn't love it. I was bored, like for the first like 60-70% of the book, I was bored my life out. Last 30%, I kind of got it, and then the ending was just like flopped down. 3 stars. I might have even rated it 2.5 stars, but I was being kind. Next, I read Reckless, which is the second book from the Powerless series, and I don't know, I feel like Powerless, the first time I read it, I like overhyped it, and I was like, oh my god, I love it, because at that time everybody was loving Powerless, and I just wanted to be part of that clan. Wasn't part of that. Didn't love it. I honestly never thought of it after I finished the book. Then I started reading Reckless, and I gave it just a 3.25 stars. Not amazing. It was just like, I felt like the whole story was repetitive, except for the ending, which was nice. Everything else was a flop. 3.25, I don't know where I got that from, but whatever. And it's a fantasy romance, but if anybody wants to read it, maybe you guys will love it. So next, I read Daughter of No Worlds, which is the first book in like this fantasy series, and it's also romance, but this first book felt like a fantasy mostly for me, and I really loved the idea. I really loved how the main character was so like stubborn, but like also like so like ready to do something and like be better and stuff like that. I don't know, but this book was like a 3.75 stars. There were parts where I was just like, let me go to sleep already. But yeah, I still really loved it. Next, I read Happily Never After, which is another book by Lynn Painter, and if you don't know, I loved her. Well, many people do, but I am a big fan of hers books. I'm not super big fan because other books take a lot more, but that's okay, that's okay. Anyways, this book was a bit weird for me. It's a romance, but I just felt like it was such a weird book. Like, usually her books are like a lot, like, different style. Like, I felt like this was a whole different style from what I'm used to, but also just like, I didn't get the gist of the story, and then with these sections I was just like, huh? Like, I was really weirded out by it, but whatever. 3.25 stars, let's get it over with. Now, last book that I read in July, this video is getting super long, but whatever. Editing me, I'm very sorry. Anyways, next I read Children of the Fallen Gods, which is the second book to Daughter of No Worlds. And this book I liked a bit less. It was at 3.25 stars. So it was a fantasy romance, yeah. But I don't know, I just feel like it kind of flopped. But I feel like but there's like these areas where I was just like super entertained. I was like, ah. But like every time I picked up the book, at the start I was just like, and then as I continued reading, in that same period of time, I got like more interested in it. I don't know. That's why, like, I felt like so many of the fantasies that I read this month were just like a flop, or were just like, it's okay, didn't love it. But yeah, that's why I thought I was in a fantasy reading slump. But whatever. We are done with July's reading wrap up. All 21 books. All fantasies, all romances, all memoirs, all thrillers. We got them over with. And hope you guys found some new recommendations, some new lightly read books, which means like don't read these books unless like you really, really want to. But be in caution of these stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And comment down below, and of course if you have any of those recommendations for me. And I hope to see you guys soon, and bye.